name is Marie Kovar, and we are from DIBS for Kids. Your leadership team has requested DIBS for Kids at your school. And through this video, you're going to get a chance to evaluate if DIBS feels like a fit for your classroom. First, though, we'd like to share a little bit of background about what DIBS is and how it came about.
DIBS stands for Delivering Infinite Bookshelves. DIBS is an Omaha-based nonprofit that supports teachers to send home, on average, 80 or more books per student per school year. DIBS is designed based on our experience as former educators. Marie's a former bilingual school psychologist here in Omaha, and I'm a former first grade teacher. Back when I was a first grade teacher in New Orleans, I realized that most of my students did not have any books at home, and that they were missing out on nightly reading experiences that have been shown to be foundational, both socially and academically in children's lives. As so many other teachers do, I tried to find a solution. In my classroom, this involved printing Reading A to Z books and developing a paper and pencil inventory system. It was very impactful for my students, but it was also very exhausting. I moved back to Omaha, my hometown, in 2011 to start to work toward a solution because I had a deep belief that there was a way to help other elementary teachers to send books home with their students every day without requiring those teachers to invent systems and to do all the legwork that I did.
Exactly. So DIBS exists because there is a serious lack of access to books for so many of our students. In fact, if you think about a typical classroom of, say, 25 students, 15 of them do not have a single age-appropriate book at home. We know that this is simply not acceptable and is a completely solvable problem at the same time. What makes DIBS so special is that it's teacher-friendly and student-led, and also that it makes an immediate positive impact on your students. We really hope that you'll want to come along with us together and that we can start sending home books each school night to get closer to our vision of a future where all classrooms, schools, and entire districts are supported to make daily in-home reading accessible and exciting for all students.
So before we go too much further, we want you to know that the purpose of this video is to give you a chance to evaluate the program and to decide if it's a fit for you and for your classroom. At DIBS, we have a core belief where we always guard our teachers against DIBS ever feeling like a mandate. So today you're going to hear all about how DIBS works. Then you can email us any questions you might have. The only thing we ask is that you do evaluate if it's a fit for your classroom over the next couple weeks. And your principal will be in touch with you to share details for how to do so.
Good. So what we're going to do today is what we're going to cover that will help you make this decision is that first, we're going to discuss what DIBS offers to our teachers, students, and families. Second, we're going to explain how DIBS exactly works in your classroom, a very important point. And last, we're going to explain what we ask of you as teachers to do to make the program successful in your classroom.
So let's jump right in. Over the years, we've learned that there are three key pieces of support that are often missing in schools and that prevent teachers from sending home a book each and every school night with their students. First, teachers need materials in order to send books home each night. We raise an average of $15,000 for every DIBS school, which will help provide your classroom with over 200 high-interest and level books. Those books come in English sets. We also have Spanish sets for our dual language schools, and we have a set that's a little bit of both English and Spanish for the schools that want it. You'll also get 6 labeled book bins, and you'll get book bags and folders for each student so students can take their DIBS books home in those bags or folders each school night. Second, teachers need a way to distribute those books that is easy to implement and that doesn't disrupt the school day. Over the last 10 school years, DIBS has built a web-based technology that accomplishes all these goals that can operate on your classroom computers and that is student-led. Marie will tell you more about that here shortly. Last but not least, having a lot of books and a fun process for students helps, but we also know that the school day is extremely busy for our teachers and that they need added support if DIBS is going to gain a priority. We support our teachers both in person and via email to make the program successful in your classroom. This support comes in the form of upfront video training and also in the form of having a team member of ours pop into your classroom, typically every 2 to 3 weeks, just to say hi, hear how you're doing with the program. In between visits, you can simply email us with anything we can support. We enjoy nothing more than supporting our teachers to make DIBS even more impactful for your students and families. So seriously, no request is too small or inconvenient. Just let us know how we can help you.
That's right. So now let's see how DIBS looks in your classroom. So we're going to show you a little video. Let's roll it. Students enter in the classroom each morning with their DIBS folder or bag with a book inside. Once they are ready, the student goes to the first computer to check in their book from the night before. They hold their book with a special QR code right on the back up to the webcam, and it reads the code. Then it brings up their dashboard so that they know that they have successfully checked in, and they can also see how many books they have read, as well as they can see which badge that they've earned this year. Then they go to the bins and they shop for their next exciting book. Depending upon your classroom needs, the student can pick from a specific bins created and catered to their reading levels, or they can pick from any bin. It's really up to you, but we do encourage that at least on Fridays, the students get to pick from any bin for Free Choice Friday. They absolutely love it. Finally, they go to the second computer, find their avatar that is in a unique shape and color, and has their initials and full name on the inside. They click that and they hold the new book and its QR code up to the webcam. Once the code has been read, our mascot, Dewey DIBS, pops up with a sign that reads, "See you tomorrow." Then their book goes into their book bag or their folder and into the spot that you have designated as their teacher.
One other cool part about DIBS technology is that you will have access to reports about which students have what books, how many books each student has read, and even a special report that you can share with parents, for example, at parent-teacher conferences. And that report is especially powerful because it helps open up lines of communication about the importance of reading at home every night. This parent connection is huge. Helping build parent excitement for DIBS might be the single most important aspect of the program. So we'll stay in close touch with you throughout the school year to share some ideas for how to best do so.
Right. And we do, of course, have a few things that we rely on you as the teacher to do to make this program successful and fun. First, if you do opt into DIBS after watching this video, we will send you your annual video training straight to your inbox. These are 5 short videos that take no longer than 30 to 40 minutes to complete, and they are a super important part of the success of the program in your classroom. These videos will address a few things, such as setting up DIBS in your classroom, how to use the DIBS technology, how to launch DIBS in your classroom, and even why DIBS is so important. Secondly, we ask you to plan for a few days of very close oversight when you're launching the program with your students. For our kindergarten teachers, just know that this might be more like a week or 2, just to make sure the students can really get it, but know that this is very para-friendly and volunteer-friendly as well. The real key is to remember that your students really look up to you. So how you introduce the program to your students up front will make a huge difference in terms of their excitement and clarity around the program. And it will also save you a lot of time in the long run, so that'll be good too. We have 2 student-facing videos that will make this go very smoothly. And if you ever need help, just let us know. Third, every 4 to 5 weeks, you guys will lead trade days where the books and bins move from classroom to classroom. This helps to ensure that our classrooms get new and exciting books. You'll just coordinate a day with the other teachers at your school where you'll pick up the book bins and bring them to another classroom. Then you will receive a new set on the same day from another teacher. This is a very easy task, but it does require a little bit of coordination. Some teachers even have older students help move all the books instead. So those are the basic logistics behind DIBS. If you want your DIBS program to be even more impactful, there are a few small but mighty tips that we have learned over the years. First and foremost, whenever possible, please talk about DIBS in your DIBS books with your students and parents. 10 years into this work, and we're even more convinced that nothing can replace a teacher's excitement about the DIBS books going home with your students and talking with them every morning. And it will certainly transfer over to your students and then your families. And talking with just 2 or 3 students per day about what they're reading will translate to touching every student's reading journey every 2 to 3 weeks. From there, just communicate with us. We want to know how the program is going. And if you need anything, such as more materials or just someone to pop in and help train a few students, know that we will be in your classroom at our very next opportunity. Oh, and a really good one is that if you ever have any really good stories to share with us, we want to hear those, so send those over to us. We are out in the community talking about the difficulty of your work and your impact on your students all the time. So any students that you can share about DIBS's impact will help motivate our team and our funders who have invested in DIBS as a way to invest back in you.
So in closing, we want to share a quick story with you about the difference that access to a nightly book can have for a student. In 2019, we had a leader from a local family foundation visit a DIBS school to learn about the program and just see if it was something they might want to support. On our visit, we entered a second grade classroom as students were checking in and checking out their books. Because of the special occasion, all the students had been taught by their teacher to be grateful to our visitor and to shake hands and say thank you for the book. So just as they've been taught to do, they were individually thanking us and the funder and kind of coming up one by one. One student came up to us and thanked us for the books, and then she hesitantly started to turn away. You could see that she built some confidence though and turned back to us to face us one more time and told us that she was so thankful for the books that DIBS has that are in Spanish because, as she said, it was the first time that she has been able to read books with her family since they had just moved to Omaha from Mexico.
Yeah, David and I often have to hold back tears when we tell that story because we just know it's one of the many reasons that DIBS is so important and why we exist today. So for the next steps, we will reach back out to your leadership team with a very short survey. So if you want DIBS in your classroom, just let them know in the next week. If you have any further questions, please send us an email at contact@dibsforkids.org. We're happy to answer any questions. So thank you for your time today.
Thanks, everyone.